I'm calling this talk the Biden Junta. I never thought I would characterize the political culture of the United States as Latino or South American. But now it is, or it's about to become such. The self-styled president-elect has unveiled his junta, his accomplices in crime, the leading officers of his state. Of course, he is not the president-elect until the Electoral College nominates him as such. But such is the nature of coups. They make up their own rules as they go along. The events of this November 2020 recall for me another scandal from another time, Watergate. I was in Washington in, I think, 1974, but it may have been 73, to report on the Watergate hearings. Now, the Watergate scandal was a very minor affair compared with what we're facing now, the equivalent of knocking over a bottle of milk, contrasted with the great train robbery. Yet a president was forced out of office because of it. Now, this affair, by contrast, knows no parallels in the annals of villainy, except possibly Dreyfus. But this is democracy itself stolen, the end of constitutional government in the Great Republic. The problem is time. Sidney Powell and Mayor Giuliani have cogently laid out their case, but to bring the case to court you need time, which is what the Democrats won't give them. So in my previous ATs, AT stands for Armageddon Times, incidentally, I suggested that Biden be arrested. Discussing this, a friend said, but there would be a civil war. Possibly there would be. But the US has had a civil war before. In fact, they've had two. One over the vital issue of principle of slavery, and the other over loyalty to Great Britain. Civil war is preferable to the other alternative, which is rule by an unelected junta. After visiting Washington in 1974, this wasn't my first visit. My first visit to the USA was by boat, floating into New York under the Statue of Liberty in 1968. But after that, I had returned to UK and gone to Park Cottage, Robertsbridge, with my friend Elspeth in order to see Malcolm and Kitty Muggeridge. We talked about political corruption in the USA. Malcolm, surrounded by proofs, memoirs of Ehrlichman, Magruder and so on, said the USA was always politically corrupt. And certainly, remarked Muggeridge to Elspeth, when your grandmother was there. She agreed. Elspeth's grandmother was a risque Edwardian novelist, Eleanor Glynn, author of 3 Weeks. But this episode is not mere corruption, what's happened in the last couple of few days, or is trying to happen. This is a coup, the takeover of a state. Sidney Powell has located the corruption and sees exactly what to do. In my previous AT, I compare her to Joan of Arc. When Trump does move on, promoted to glory or whatever, let Sidney move into the Oval Office. As for Biden, let him go to his own place. Thank you for listening, ladies and gentlemen.